New York really is the heart and soul of the Orthodox Jewish community in the Americas, and the flagship institution of higher learning for the Orthodox community is, without a doubt, an institution that's trained hundreds, thousands of rabbis over the years, talking about Yeshiva University. And the head of Yeshiva University, for many, many years, considered the greatest mind of his generation, Torah scholar by the name of Rabbi Joseph Soloveitchik. So Soloveitchik, on the face of it, he never spoke out openly in favor of Kahane. We didn't know about his affinity for Kahane until recently, when we're going through the archives of Israel's former president, the father of the current president, and peeling through the archives, we found a letter from Soloveitchik to Herzog. And he says in that letter, on Yeshiva University letterhead, he writes, "It is publicly known that I do not express my opinions on Israeli politics. Okay, but nevertheless, there is a bitter taste in my mouth. I cannot understand." What can't you understand? What do you have a bitter taste in your mouth over? Now it's 1984. Kahane has just been elected to Knesset, and he's demanding that the president of Israel include Kahane in the government. So all along, the head of the flagship yeshiva of the Orthodox movement was a closet Kahanist, we now know. And it wasn't only the Ashkenazi rabbis, okay? It wasn't only the Jews whose ancestors come from Northern Europe. It was also the Jews, the Sfaradi, the Mizrahi Jews, whose ancestors come from Southern Europe and from the Middle East. So here he is preaching at a Sephardic synagogue in New York City. Fire and brimstone, of course, inciting hatred. And sitting in the corner is the chief rabbi of this community. He's listening intently, listening to Kahane drone on and on about his ideology of hate. And once he gets to the end of his presentation, the rabbi points at Kahane and he says, "What this man speaks is truth, real truth." And then he encourages the rest of the community. We need to start fundraising for this guy. We need to start giving him money so that he can put his plans into practice. It's all on video. This rabbi was not a marginal rabbi. We're talking about Abraham Hecht, the president of the Rabbinical Alliance of America. Hundreds of Orthodox rabbis made him their president. And this is the person who stood by Kahane and promoted him and fundraised for him.